Hillary Clinton was just giving a talk at the Institute for Global Politics, and she was fielding questions, I suppose, and one brave young man stood up to question Hillary's warmongering.
Can you please make a statement about President Joe Biden's speech? This is a clearly warmongering speech. President Joe Biden is calling for $100 billion of funding for Israel, Taiwan, and Ukraine, and we're supposed to just bundle these together and pretend like we're going to rush to World War III, and we're all just going to let Hillary Rodham Clinton sit here. Okay.
I'm sorry. You know, this is not. This is not the way to have a conversation. I'm sorry. If you want to have a conversation, you're welcome to come talk to me afterwards.
You can sit here. Okay, right. You're gonna wait for me, right? Please, I do not believe you.
I will listen to you, and I will respond to you.
I do not believe you. Respectfully, I do not believe you. The fact of the matter is that the American people's voice are what need to be heard.
Yeah,
because our president is not speaking for the American people, and neither are you.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
Yes, that's my opinion.
But then sit down. We've heard your opinion. Thank you very much.
For once, I actually believe Hillary. This man seems incredulous that Hillary will stick around and wait for him afterwards. I think she's going to wait for him. I think this man is definitely going to see Hillary again. You know, I'm really sorry to hear about this man's imminent suicide. Seems like a nice enough fella, a little bit excitable, a little bit eccentric, but they're going to talk soon. And there might not be much talking, actually, in that conversation. I sometimes wonder how I've survived Hillary all these years. I think it's because I've mentioned this on the show before, but not recently. Hillary and I are cousins-in-law. On my great-grandmother's side, on my paternal great-grandmother's side, I've got a relative who married into the Rodham family, and so Hillary is a sort of cousin of mine. And I think it's merely because of family ties that she has not just shown up yet in the middle of the night, you know, with a mustache on, or maybe just a full ski mask, and just put that pillow over my head, snuffed out me and this entire show. Thankful, I'm grateful to Hillary for that. This man, however, does not seem to have any ties of kinship with Hillary, and so I'm not sure that he'll be so lucky. In any case, what does this mean here? Right now, go to ZipRecruiter.com/Knowles. We do things differently here at the Daily Wire. We host several of the top news podcasts in the world. We launched a chocolate company overnight. We just took Disney head on by releasing 100 episodes of kids content. It takes very specific people with very specific skills, acquired over a very long career, to make the Daily Wire what it is. How do we find and hire these people? With ZipRecruiter. That's how. ZipRecruiter makes your whole hiring process faster and easier. Their powerful technology works for you to identify people whose skills and experience match your job. ZipRecruiter saves you time by letting you easily invite top candidates to apply for your job, so they're more likely to apply sooner. ZipRecruiter is trusted by over 3.8 million businesses for their hiring needs. Make a positive impact on your hiring future with ZipRecruiter. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/Knowles to try ZipRecruiter for free. That is ZipRecruiter.com/KNOWLES. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Right now, go to ruffgreens.com/Michael. You know, I'm not a dog person, but I am a people person, and I care for all living creatures. So I sent my stepbrother Ruff Greens for his little Australian shepherd, a miniature Australian shepherd, and because I don't trust my stepbrother to get him the good stuff, and Ruff Greens is the absolute best stuff out there. Naturopathic doctor Dennis Black, the founder of Ruff Greens, is focused on improving the health of every dog in America. Dog food may as well be considered dead food, since it contains very little nutritional value. Let Ruff Greens bring your dog's food back to life. Ruff Greens is a supplement that contains all the necessary vitamins, minerals, probiotics, omega oils, digestive enzymes, and antioxidants that your dog needs. You don't have to go out and buy new dog food. You just need to sprinkle Ruff Greens on their dog food every day. Dog owners everywhere are raving about Ruff Greens. It supports healthy joints, improves bad breath, boosts energy levels, and so much more. Head on over right now and get a free Jumpstart trial bag so your dog can try it. Get a free Jumpstart trial bag delivered straight to your door in just a few days. Go to ruffgreens.com/Michael or call 844-RUFF123. That is ruffgreens.com/Michael or call 844-RUFF123 today. What it means politically is that the Democrats are now the party of war. When I was growing up, 20 years ago, Republicans were the party of war. Republicans were the party of going in and bombing the Middle East, and they often had Democrat support in those endeavors, but the Democrats had plausible deniability because George W. Bush was the president, and they could say, oh, Bush lied, and he tricked us, and we actually would have opposed the war had we known now. The Democrats were the anti-war party, and the Republicans were the pro-war party. That has completely flipped, just like a lot has flipped in politics since I was a kid. When I was a kid, Republicans, they were the party of the big fat cat. They were the party of Wall Street, party of rich Uncle Pennybags. Democrats were the party of the working man. That has completely flipped. Now Republicans are the party of the deplorable, irredeemable, blue-collar, disgusting, low-class worker, whatever sort of things Hillary would call them. And Democrats, they're the party of, the ivory tower and the cocktail party set and Wall Street and big business. It was a huge flip. When I was a kid, Republicans were the party of free trade and globalization. Democrats largely were the party of economic protection and skepticism toward free trade. Bill Clinton signed a big free trade deal, but a lot of Democrats were very skeptical of free trade. That's totally flipped. Now Republicans are the party of protection, which is a return to a more traditional Republican view. The Republican Party, in fact, was founded on tariffs. Abraham Lincoln was a major proponent of economic protection and tariffs. Democrats were much more in favor of free trade. Things change. And a lot of people respond to this by saying that it's hypocrisy. It's not. Sometimes it is hypocrisy. Sometimes it is. But a lot of times it is not. A lot of times it is because politics is about applying eternal principles to changing circumstances. And so in certain political circumstances, a little more trade might be a good thing. A little loosening up of economic controls might be a good thing. In other circumstances, though, it might not be. It's not always hypocrisy here. However, it is in the case of peace and war, this does seem to be a more significant shift than should we open up the trade a little bit or should we increase the tariffs a little bit. This is a recognition that the Democrats are now the hegemonic political power in the United States. Maybe that's been the case for a long time and we just didn't notice it. But the Democrats now having amassed power in virtually every single sector of the country. The one area where they didn't have total hegemony was in the military. And even there, you can see the top brass has gone totally woke. Mark Milley whining about white rage and promoting critical race theory as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. They seem to have even the military as well. And with that hegemonic power, you're going to see a much more willingness to flex that power. And so on the domestic front, you're going to get show trials like we saw with Jenna Ellis and the tearful forced confession. And overseas, you are going to get war, and more war. And the protesters, the sincere protesters, the ones who are actually dissidents in our country, they're going to tend to be on the right. Boy, what a great clip that was now. Hey, man, you got to ring that bell. Subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.